Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Today I will be reviewing Janet Evanovich's new book, Game On, which is number 28 in the Stephanie Plum series. Okay, for those of you who aren't familiar with Stephanie Plum, okay, so this is a character. She lives in Trenton, New Jersey, or just outside in the suburbs of Trenton, New Jersey. She was a buyer for Macy's. Excuse me. And then got fired or laid off or something. So she was out of work. And she needed to find a job quickly. And her cousin owns a bail bonds business. I wanted to say shop, but that's not the case. So she sort of blackmails him into hiring her. No. She knew something that his wife didn't want to know, and so she says, "You hire me or I'm going to tell the wife." And so there starts her her career as a bail bondsman, and she is horrible at it. First one is one for the money, then there's two for the show, three for everybody, four, and then they go along, and the last couple of them have been not named after the number, but it's her. She has I don't want to say assistant, but there's a woman that works at the company with them by the name of Lula, who is introduced in the first book. She was, in the first book, a hooker that Stephanie went to talk to try and get information on the Bond guy that she was looking for. And Lula got badly hurt at the first one, and Stephanie saved her life. So now she is staying, kind of working at the bail bonds office and helping Stephanie. And then there's the cousin who's in charge of it, a woman who runs the business, and then there's two other people in this. Well, there is Morelli, her main boyfriend, and a guy named Ranger, who started out as a bail bondsman who's special forces, and now he runs a security company, and he's kind of in love with Stephanie, but he's really cool, and he watches her ass, and figuratively, along with Stephanie's family. And she started out being really horrible. She had a hard time even with getting the small low bonds captured. And the books are pretty funny. It's usually the misadventures of Stephanie and Lula. But now this is Tempting 28. Game On Tempting 28. And in this one, there is a character by the name of Diesel who shows up at her apartment at the very beginning of the book, who is a character in one of Janet Evanovich's other series, who's looking for a guy, and it's the same guy that Stephanie is looking for, a hacker. That's the main character they're looking for. And then a couple other people like a Mooner and all this. And so most of the book is them trying to capture the hacker. And then, other stuff. But you'd think after 28 books, and it's, one book coming out a year, it's 28 years, but that's not, obviously not that much time in book time, that she'd be getting better. She's not. She still has just as much difficulty capturing, the low level people, just like someone who was arrested for shoplifting and then doesn't show up for the court date. She has a hard time getting them to come back, let alone the big bonds. And while I enjoyed reading the books, they're usually pretty funny and entertaining to read. Just something in the back of my head is a little bothered by the fact of, like, damn, wouldn't, after this certain amount of time, doesn't say how much it is in the book series, but it's been years in the books as well, that she'd be getting better. She's maybe gotten a little bit better, but not much. And so that is my only problem with the books. But then, and also, it's just, they seem to be getting into the same situations over and over and over again. You're like, oh, gee, we're going to go for this low-level bond, and, we're just going to, should be able to walk out, but, slap the handcuffs on them and take them away, but they got, they wind up getting, person slipping away from her or escaping, or, them saying, okay, well, we'll let you do this first, and then you come with us, and they don't do it. You'd think they'd learn after a while, or get better, but they don't. But they are kind of fun. This one is one of the better ones, because you're really trying to figure out what this hacker's trying to do. He's really, really smart, and and that's understandable why she's having difficulties catching him, because you don't know what's going. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know where he's hiding and stuff. So this actually makes a little bit of sense. But if you enjoy kind of it's not really, it's an action adventure comedy book. It's more action adventure, more mystery, with some humor thrown in. I recommend these books. So I'm gonna say it's overall it's about like 3.75 out of 5. And if you've read any of the books, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? All right, like, subscribe, and enjoy your reading.